All right, so let's take a look at day 4, Hello Jobs Part 2. Let's just go ahead and scroll down on these steps. Basically, we'll continue to work from pick up where we left off from day 3. And, right here, we assume that from day 3, you stop the process and you need to restart it. So the first portion of the instruction basically walks you through how to restart it, and if anything goes wrong, that how to recreate or rebuild the container. Sometimes that's needed, but hopefully that's not the case for you. If everything works as expected, then you should be back where you're able to execute Hello Jobs, and you're able to go to Jobs and come to Hello Jobs, run it, and run the jobs, and you're back to where we ended up in day 3. So now we're in day 4. The first thing we'll introduce the jobs and meta class, right? So the meta class allows you to rename it, or having any sort of customization on just kind of the visual part and the grouping part of it. So what we want to do is we want to make some changes. And here are the changes that we want to do is we want to add this new name, and we want to add this meta class that has Hello Jobs and so on. And we still name it Hello Jobs, right? So what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to copy this whole thing. I'm going to go to Hello Jobs. I'm going to select all, and then just kind of paste in the end state of this Hello Jobs, right? So again, this is probably one of the often overlooked steps, is that once you make any kind of changes, then you need to do the invoke post upgrade. And remember, we did this with the poetry shell, right? So when we open up the terminal, we actually go into the poetry shell, and we have this invoke list that's available to us where we could do the invoke post upgrade. So basically, it's a shortcut for us to execute a bunch of steps for post upgrade to for the jobs to be registered. Again, what we want is we want to look at this hello world, not about jobs, hello jobs, that is be able to execute. So now what we're seeing is we actually have a better description, we have a better name. And so if I want to go ahead and refresh this, coming back to jobs, now we have a better name. And if we run it, it should be the same thing. I don't think we made any additional changes just yet. So yeah, it's the same thing. So it's just basically adding the meta class, adding better grouping, and so on. All right. So in day 3, we saw our log process for log debug. I hate that. So log debug. And what we want to do is we want to keep the meta class, and we want to create a new job with more logging. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to come back here, create another hello jobs with logs. And then remember, I need to register this jobs. So part of the practice is really just this repetition and building some muscle memories on doing this, post upgrade, the register jobs, all these kind of overhead. So here we are with 2 jobs in registered, and we'll do a post upgrade. Coming back here, what they say is, you will need to enable it again. All right, let's go back and see if both jobs will register. So I see hello jobs, and I see hello jobs with logs. So if I want, come back here, look at jobs. Now I have this hello jobs with logs. Let's go ahead and enable that. Do the update. Oh, did I not click it? Update. Now I can run it, hello job with logs, and run jobs now. All right, bam, there it is. So nice coloring, nice, info logging, debug, warning, that sort of stuff. Awesome. What's next? So now we're able to create new jobs. Oh, okay. So now this is a pretty interesting part where we're able to just use Python code for user input. Remember, or maybe you don't remember. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to import this string var object. So what we're coming back here is we want to import string var, and the next step is actually to create a new hello job with user input. So again, I am going to copy this new job. And what this will do is we will actually take a user input on the username, and the username is this string var field. I think it will be a little bit more clear, and if we just do it, if we just follow the instruction, and remember to register this job, and then do the post upgrade. And let's walk through. So what we should see is when we run the job, now we have this new field where we could just enter any text. And this would allow us to have some kind of interactivity with the user. So we're just, for now, we'll just enter some string, right? But in the future, remember, we could use any kind of interaction, like we could say, what is the host name, right? You could enter a host name, you take the host user input, use that name or use that string as the host name when you configure the device, or, as we'll see a little bit later, where we could use the object directly in the data directly in Nautilbot and use this interactivity just as a drop-down box for selection. So this is just one of the first step that's useful for us. So we did the user input. If we come back, we post upgrade, we come back to jobs. We see this with user input. Again, we want to enable it. You might find it annoying when you're just learning, or hey, why do we need to do that? But it is really a useful thing, or a safety precaution, fail safe, whatever you want to call it, to, just so you don't poke yourself in the eye. We don't poke ourselves in the eyes. So now that I enter username, just for fun, I'm going to say Eric blah, blah, just, a little bit different than what we saw in the example, just to prove that this is actually the string that we enter and not, static value. So hello jobs, Eric, blah, blah. That was a string we entered. So now was end of day 4. Just to recap, we able to learn some meta class for better grouping, for better description, repeated some of the steps like register jobs, do an invoke debug, and now we're able to do a very basic user input for just simply have a object, one line of code, and now we're able to take user input, as opposed to if you've done any kind of web development, have to do HTML, have to do styling with CSS, do forms, and have some sort of JavaScript that takes the form input and put it into the backend. Now Nautilbot takes care of a lot of that for you. It's simply just input an object, or a method or object, and then you use that just one line of code, and now you have that. So that's it, and hopefully this was useful for you. On to the next day.